point. I was enjoying my karate classes, and after my realization about looking at the big picture, I'd started to see quite a bit of success in my futures trading on commodity contracts. I thought I had everything under control. Feeling quite comfortable with the commodity contracts, I thought I'd explore something new and look at the financial contracts. I like trading oil and corn contracts, but I wanted to branch out and start trading contracts on stock indexes, bonds, and currencies. So I did. Everything was going in the right direction. It was at the beginning of March 2002, actually March the 4th. I'll never forget that date. I'd been learning about financial futures and was ready to place my first trade. I decided to trade the Nikkei 225 index. As I looked at the index, I noticed it had been trading lower for years. Most of the stock markets at that time were falling. Naturally, I thought the best thing to do would be to sell the Nikkei contracts so I could make money if the index continued to fall. But for some reason, I wasn't completely sure. I was just about to hit enter and jump into the trade, but something stopped me from doing it. As I was sitting there contemplating my trade, I looked up at the clock on my wall and realized that I was late for karate. I jumped up, grabbed my stuff, and sprinted out the door. Little did I know I was going to come home to a monumental disaster. When I got back home, I opened the door to find my uncle's cat sleeping on my keyboard. I didn't think much of it at first. He'd been doing it a lot lately. For some reason, he really seems to like it up there. But then my heart sank. I realized I hadn't closed out my trading station before I left for karate, and the order to sell the Nikkei was still open. I ran over to my computer, pushed the cat onto the floor, and stared in horror at my screen. That stupid cat had stepped on the enter key and executed the sell order. On any other day, the cat's blunder wouldn't have been so bad. But on that day, the Nikkei 225 index rose 638.22 points, a full 5.9%. Moves like that don't usually happen, but on that day, it is rumored that the Japanese Ministry of Finance ordered pension funds to start buying Japanese stocks. Now, I don't know if that's really what happened, but whatever the reason, the Nikkei 225 soared higher that day, and I lost almost everything I had. It's ironic. All the information you're about to learn here about financial futures had helped me conduct a good analysis, and my instincts had even kept me from entering the trade. Unfortunately for me, in the end, I was thwarted by a cat.